those uniforms. Now, 6 months ago, we told you about an amazing deputy head teacher from Shaw near Oldham.
Steve Hill regularly accepts tough challenges from his pupils to raise money for charity. He's trekked through the jungles in Borneo, as well as climbing Kilimanjaro and Mount Everest.
Well, this time his Year 6 said, "Mr. Hill, will you do the North Pole Marathon, please, even though it'll be very cold?" Did he make it? Here's Paul Crone to tell us.
Your average classroom at the start of a day. And then there's Deputy Head Steve Hill's class.
Morning, Year 6.
With the motto of failure is not an option, he inspires his pupils at St Joseph's Roman Catholic Primary School in Shaw by taking part in a series of exhausting challenges, the latest being the North Pole Marathon.
Digging deep now, digging deep. Find the reserves.
It is getting a bit colder.
Getting cold, yeah, getting cold, and like I said, energy levels are getting a bit low as well.
But Steve never quits, and despite the intense cold and extremely harsh running conditions, including having an armed marshal on the course to look out for polar bears, he made it to the finish line. He's always driven on by Year 6.
Well, the plan was to enjoy the last mile, but I didn't. It was the limits came in, the snow started coming in, the temperature was -60, and it was brutal.
When you're running, you have to like jump over cracks because there's like cracks in the ice, and you jump over and you'll fall down.
Even though Mr. Hill covered his face all over, he came back and his face was blistered and all over.
Whilst Mr. Hill was running it, the North Pole itself was moving, so whilst he was running, he was moving himself more than he thought he was, and at the end of the marathon, he had moved over 6 kilometres.
Georgia here even gave Mr. Hill one of her bows to take with him.
Well, the one that Mr. Hill took to the North Pole was called Greeny Bluey because some people said it was blue and some people said it was green.
Polar bear's favourite food is sticky toffee pudding, true or false?
False.
Are you sure? Oh, you're not that sure, are you? Do you want us to think a polar bear's favourite food is sticky toffee pudding?
As for Mr. Hill's next challenge,
To get a life.
either that or the famous Marathon des Sables. Tough choice, Mr. Hill, tough choice. Paul Crone, ITV News, Shaw.
Now, Mr. Hill's class are certainly very proud of him, and just a reminder that we are still on the lookout for an amazing fundraiser to represent the Granada region at this year's Daily Mirror Pride of Britain Awards. We're inviting